This is Kerry Seller with MMA UK and in the Girls Corner, and I am here speaking with John Doomsday Howard. John, how are you?
I'm doing good, living the dream, going forward.
Going forward, and speaking of moving forward, what happened, or what? I don't even want to say what happened because at the end of the day, if you look at your knockout reel of their champion, there's just it's absurd that they would cut you, or I don't know what the term would be, but you're not with PFL anymore.
Yeah. Um, I got the news that PFL literally broke up me on Valentine's Day, so I was a little sad about that. It was just like
No.
I got the email on the 14th. I'm sorry, John, how we won't be resigning you. I was just like, what? But you know what? I have no clue what's going on there. I don't know why they don't resign me. I don't know what direction they're going. But my thing is like the one thing I want to say to PFL is thank you. The reason I said thank you because right now I'm the guy who knocked out your world champion, and the funny part is I think Ray could beat Rory McDonald. Honestly, I think he could. And the thing is, the more that Ray wins, the more I look good, and the more that it looks some type of way. Because now I'm not saying it's true or not, but it looks like them not resigning me. It looks like they're protecting, their fighter, the champion. That's the way it looks like. Not saying that's the case, and I'm just saying that's what like people. I'm just saying what most people are thinking.
Well,
That
if you
being
look at that
said,
knockout reel, I would definitely say I have to agree with you.
yeah, yeah, right, exactly. I'm the only guy to knock him out in his
Yep.
whole career, and I did it under 2 minutes in the first round.
In dominant fashion.
Yeah, the ref had to pull me off him because I would have kept
I was
going. So
watching.
so yeah, so like the way I take it is like I do feel some type of way, but at the end of the day, I just take it for what it is. Right now, I'm looking for some other options. I think I might have some possible big stuff happen up. I can't say or disclose anything that's happening on my end, just because it's not safe to and it's respectful of other venues and contracts. But yeah, But that being said, I'm still open as a free agent, and I'm still having a little hope of dream if PFL one of their welterweights get hurt, I'll come back because I want that rematch. I definitely want the rematch. I'm pretty sure Ray does, but I want the rematch. If Ray's a world champion, I'm the guy that knocked him under 2 minutes. That's clearly enough drama for a rematch, especially how the story goes and everything like that. But like I said, right now I'd have to go with where the best pay is from right now, and that's what I'm doing.
Absolutely. And you fought for UFC in
Yep.
the past. Who else are the other organizations that you fought for? Because there's so many. I mean, you could potentially re-sign with UFC. You could potentially go over to Bellator. I mean, you have options on options, in my personal opinion, is their loss.
Yeah, I thank you for saying that, and I honestly I personally agree, man. I mean, I would have thought PFL want to keep the one fighter who knocked out the world champion because
Yeah.
to keep it relevant, because all respect to the champion, circumstances. Yeah, Ray's the champion, but Ray's the champion because how the brackets came up and how everything got switched around. Stuff happened. There's a lot of drama within the PFL that happens. Perfect example. Ray was supposed to fight Magomedov the second fight. He didn't get to fight Magomedov. He fought Chris Curtis instead you know.
Yeah.
And I felt in that situation I should have been me because but the point system, I thought I should have fought Ray that night instead of Chris Curtis when the Chris Curtis knocked him out. When Chris Curtis got knocked out, and no disrespect to Chris Curtis, I love you, bro. That being said, so now that I'm technically the only guy to knock out your champion, me taking me out the picture it's just I kind of laugh at it, and I think it's a compliment. It's the biggest compliment ever because it's like, all right, now I could go somewhere else and listen. I'm technically the gatekeeper of PFL because I knocked out the world champion. That being said, when stuff goes left field, I'll be waiting. Because now it's not even about the world championship. Now it's about me and Ray. I respectfully and honorably re-challenge Ray. Because honestly, Ray, I respect you. Congratulations, you world champion. But I think I'll knock you out again. I really want that fight. And I think as a warrior, now I'm gonna attack your warriorship, Ray. As a warrior, you should want that. You should want that fight. Rory McDonald should not be too much worried about you. Yeah, if you beat him, All right, good for you. But guess what? You didn't beat me. Right. So that's where I'm coming from. And as a warrior, I thought Ray would be pushing for a rematch because I would have. If I got a guy who knocked me on the 2 minutes and I'm the world champion, I want that rematch right away. So
Absolutely.
I question his integrity. That being said, I'll leave anything else in the air, and I take everything else as a compliment. I take it as I'm such a dangerous fighter that they don't want to mess with me.
That's true. It's true. They're scared. They
you know, and
want to
that that's
scared.
that's the only way I could take it. But I have no hard feelings. I respect PFL. I mean, they gave me a great opportunity. It wasn't for them. I mean, they technically made me a prospect of $1 million contract. 2 seasons in a row, I had two fights. I mean, 2 seasons, I had two opportunities to make the $1 million. Obviously, I didn't get to it. And for the first season was a crazy situation. I felt I got robbed, but I let that go. And this situation is a little bit different. Even though that I didn't prosper on to where I should have been, I still not like the champion.
Yeah.
But there's no hard feelings. There's nothing but a compliment. I fought the hardest guys in the PFL. I beat the hardest guys in the PFL. And technically, stand the way the fans see it, they don't see Ray as a champion. They see me as a champion. Okay, that's what they see. They see that everybody says, listen, the only reason why he's a champion because the circumstances of the brackets.
Yeah.
It's just like the NFL. There's been times where the Patriots been destroying the whole league, and I know you'll forget. When the Giants came out, they were like, no one give the Giants a chance, and they beat the Patriots, right? And all it was is circumstances. It doesn't matter because if you're the best team in the regular season, that doesn't mean you're guaranteed to win the Super Bowl. I thought that same atmosphere, that same mindset was for MMA, for PFL, where you could be a regular season guy, still get knocked out, but still later on become the world champion. So
Yeah.
I would think they will bring me back, like they will bring back like other teams from the NFL, like an NFL bracket situation, and bring me back to that. But I guess not. But that being said, that's the way I see it. Right now, this is the way I see it. I see that Ray is the champion, but I'm the guy who knocked out the champion. Right now, like it's hard for me to say this because I'm a Patriots fan, but I gotta be real. Right now, Ray Cooper is the Patriots, but right now I'm the Giants that took him out. I'm that threat they know about. So that's the way I take it.
That is awesome. I love it. I love it. And, I can literally equate that mindset to the pool tournaments, players pool, and this fact that Monica and I came in second place. And on paper, we probably should have taken it. I'm a very seasoned pool player, although I'm an amateur. I know what I'm doing. I have the IQ for it. And, the one thing I want is to beat the crap out of Frankie and Tommy English and take that belt because we should have had it. And
Yep,
circumstances, we played. My friend was like, "Dude, you played so many more matches because you were on the loser side, so you had to go through that many more people." Where
yep,
I was checked out by that match, I was so tired. I was so checked out. I was like, I was just glad that they won. And it's true. Like people don't realize the endurance that this. So there is a lot of similarities in the competitive aspect of the both. I hope you guys all took something away from that because it was a lot of fun. It was so great to like play
oh,
alongside of you.
I want to say thank you. That was awesome. Anytime you had a tournament again like that, I'm so honored to it. That was awesome. It was a good experience. Like, playing there and playing on ESPN as pool. I messed up a few shots. I was embarrassed, but no, that was great. That was great. I look forward to doing that again. Thank you for setting that up. Thank you for inviting me. I was honored that you invited me. That's why I drove right down here, right off the road. I drove 4 hours and right there got started playing pool with y'all.
Yeah, no, we want you definitely to come to next year. And it's, I mean, like, I don't think one person said they don't want to come back and try to take that title. And it was fun because I watched you guys all improve throughout the day, and that just speaks to coachability. And that's why I thought that it would really, do well together because as a fighter, you are coachable. And as a pool player, especially a professional pool player, should be able to coach somebody that's just learning or whatever, at least throughout however many games you play, you should be able to at least grow a little bit. And you guys did, and it was great. It was great. And I mean, it's like any other sport. You have a mental game to it. You have circumstances, and you
Yep.
have to literally go back to the drawing. So I have to go, okay, well, this is what went wrong. I know I was really tired by the end of it. This is what I got to do to change it. Come back, get that belt next year, and call it a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and
but
that
you have
was
to test yourself.
Yep, and that was my mindset. I thought, and it's funny, PFL, their whole outlook at the MMA was I thought that was a mindset, But now I don't know what direction they're going, and don't know why they didn't resign me. And like I said, I strongly disagree with that decision. I don't know what, but you know what? Them not resigning me, they have to answer the questions the fans and the critics are gonna give them. All right, and right now, them doing that with the reputation of knocking out the PFL champion, that's why I'm getting offers left and right because I'm the only
I know
guy
you
to
are.
do it.
I was gonna ask you off camera. You know I'm going to, because I know you're getting like crazy offers. How could you not? Everybody loves you, and you're a freaking talent. You're a talent. You have a great personality. Your skill set speaks for itself.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm getting offers. Like I said, I don't want to discuss anything like that, but it's kind of weird way. They kind of did me a funny favor
They
because
did you
I
a
was like
solid.
when they did that, I was down, I was mad, I had to go train, I was pissed, like damn, man, I want a rematch. And then being in that little weird circle, when you're mad, all these positive things are happening. I get phone calls, man. Oh, I can't believe we signed you. Hey, what you think about going here and there and
Mm.
there? So the options there, and right now I'm just trying to sit in on my best options, right? And honestly, I'm gonna put this out there. This is how confident I am. I'm sitting on my best options, right? Because PFL season doesn't start yet. The reason why I'm gonna take my time and making my decisions, just in case PFL want to reconsider me, just in case,
Yeah.
because now it's about I feel some type of way because now I want to fight the world champion. I want to be the world and prove that I'm the real champion. So I'm relaxing. I'm taking my time. I'm
Mhm.
not rushing to anything else. But once I
Don't,
get a
because
good
we've seen
offer,
some crazy things happen. We've
yeah,
seen with PFL, people pop, things happen. They've literally cut people off of one, test dirty. They don't even give you suspension. You don't pass go, don't. So you never know what could happen. And you
yeah,
got months before it's what, 3, 4 months before the next season
PFL, yeah.
starts. So if you think about it, you got time to really weigh your options. And they did you a favor because you could shop around.
Yeah, and this is like I'm doing. I'm shopping around the best thing, and what's coming in is really surprising. It's flattering and really surprising. Knocking out Ray Cooper, I gotta say to PFL, your champion has a reputation. He has an unbelievable reputation because he made me knocking him out. He made me that dude. He made me the prospect champion, and because I'm a prospect champion, there's other venues like, well, hey, listen, there's even other fighters for other champions in leagues calling me out because they want to beat the guy. They want to beat the guy who knocked out Ray
Knocked
Cooper.
out.
That's how
Yeah.
good Ray Cooper is.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like to hear that people hear like you want to fight me. Why you want? Because you beat Ray Cooper. Like people would rather fight me right now than Ray Cooper because
Yeah.
they see me as a more reachable fight. Sorry.
All right.
All right, they see me more as a reachable fight versus getting to Ray Cooper because getting Ray Cooper, you ain't touching him right now because PFL's locked him down.
Yep.
You're not
Yep.
PFL, you're not fighting him.
Yep.
But why not fight the next time? Why not fight the guy that beat him? And because of that, oh my goodness,
Oh, I can
wow,
imagine. And that's looking at super fight status. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you're a legend. I can say that with confidence. You're a legend. When I contacted you for the tournament, there was a reason, and I said I'm like from day one. I tried to message you and get contact with you. I was like, dude, John Howard's a legend. You guys don't
thank you,
understand. He's one of my favorite fighters, and we
thank
discussed
you,
it for multiple. You're very welcome for multiple reasons. Um, that is another thing I really, really want to talk about. Um, you're fighting with autism. A lot of people don't
yeah,
know this. A lot of people don't know this. And when I tell people, they're like, oh, because I have a lot. I told you I cut hair on kids that are autistic, and I tell them,
yep,
get your kid in MMA, and they're like, I don't know. What if they get hurt? What if I said, what if they become a professional fighter? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, there are 5 current professional fighters that are currently active in MMA who have autism. People are blown away. I'm like, why is that shocking?
yeah. No, it's shocking because there's been no one to really push it. People hear the story and kind of shrug it off. I went on 60 Minutes even with that, and it was a big story, but like it's weird. People shrug it off, but the reason more I gotta tell people I gotta be real with this, and this is personal. The reason why I came out with this because I felt it was my responsibility. I see a lot of kids, especially going on high school and just around being autistic kids, they get judged and treated a certain way
Mhm.
because the way they think and the way that they're programmed. I came out because I think it was my responsibility to let these kids know because you're autistic or that's not how deep or high the spectrum is, there's so many possibilities. There's so many things you can still do, and I think it was my responsibility to show them that.
Absolutely.
Right, I want to show them I'm sick and tired of really seeing kids getting abused or getting treated or getting
Yep.
teased for something that might be, honestly, I call it a superpower.
It
I use my
is.
autism as a superpower. There's a lot of beneficial things about being on the spectrum.
Yep.
Then one of the things that is beneficial, I like that, is my habit to repeat repertoire. That helps my training because my coach, his whole career, his whole coaching career, I'm the first guy that ever he has to come and stop training because I'll be in training for 6 8 hours, not know it because I'm trying to repeat and doing the same thing over again and master it. That there've been times he came down and took the jump rope away from me. You've been jumping for 2 hours. You need to go home. I'm like, no, but you're like, no, it's been too long. So there's beneficial things that come with that. Obviously there's a lot of struggles too, but whatever you could get out of positive of it, I try to show that you can. And I honestly, I still want to be the representative that face autism and be a world champion. And autistic kids, to go back to I say I don't call them. I call them the other autistic kids my brothers. I say every time I meet them, like, "What's up, brother?" 'Cause I see them as my equal. So I
Yeah.
want to go back to my brothers and sisters, okay, and tell them, listen, yeah, we're on the spectrum, but we can do great things. I'm the prime example. I'm gonna be the start of the big things. Now y'all continue.
Yeah. It's true, and people need to take. Okay, well, you have a platform, right?
Yep.
I have a platform. I sober for 12 years, and I do smoke pot, and I tell everybody about that. I don't lie about it, and I don't hide it because at the end of the day, that's instead of me taking a benzo all day and not having the anxiety or having my thoughts racing and not being able to accomplish anything. That's what I do
Yep.
because a benzo makes me a zombie, so I can't do that. So I also did, and it's such a shame that my father thought that doing kickboxing and MMA would have made me more violent and stuff growing up. And when I got older and did it after I got sober, it changed my life dramatically and changed the anger in me. I didn't have it anymore. I didn't have that, that just that innate, like I couldn't stop the anger. I couldn't stop. So now I also learned certain tools where I can, if I feel like I'm getting a little having a little moment, so to speak, or an
Hmm.
attack, a panic attack, or even an up from a bipolar, I can stop it. I can at the very least, rein it in and try to bring it back to a ground zero. And it's funny because so many people are so afraid of talking about it. Like, I'm not going to call people out, but someone in my family the other day was like, well, I didn't take my medication. I don't want to be addicted. I don't want to take it for the rest of my life. I'm like, you're insulting me. I'm like, I take this every day for the last 18 years and it saved my life. I said, why would you, if you had diabetes, would you not take your insulin? Of course you would. So more
Exactly.
people like us need to take our platform and really share with the world that, hey, just because you have autism doesn't mean that you can't do amazing things. Just because you're an addict doesn't mean that you can't change your life 10 years later, 12 years later, and decide, I want to become a mixed martial arts reporter. I want to do this. Like, you could do anything, and just more people need to end that stigma and say, hey, it's okay. Because
Yeah.
look at people like us.
Yeah, I agree. I am 100%, and I'm all about that. I'm all about that movement, and even throughout my career, hopefully someone big signs me. I'm praying, hoping, I can't say what I really want to say, but I'm praying something goes through right, and it does. I can use that platform to like show the world, like, listen, this is where I am. This is what I'm doing. I hope you become a champion in our big organization. Hopefully, if that works out, and then do my part and spread awareness. I'm sick of this stigma on top of autism that people think you can't, that you you can't do amazing things, and I'm sick of that. Like, no, I want to show and prove that you could do amazing things. Matter of fact, we could do things that, I hate to say it, I don't know how it's gonna come off, but the average person can't do. Honestly,
Absolutely.
look at me as an example. I'm doing something the average guy, the average person can't do, and I'm on the
Absolutely.
spectrum.
Absolutely.
So that's the way I see it. I see it as a people see it as a disadvantage. I see it as an advantage.
It is.
It's an advantage
It
a lot.
is.
So it's just once you know about yourself and know what triggers you and what's up and how to manage that, you could use what comes with it to your advantage. And look what I did. I've been fighting for, oh my goodness, 18 years, and I still got a good 4 or 5 years or more left of me. People don't know my numbers I put up in some of these gyms kill some of these kids. This kid's 20 years old. They can't do it. I at 37 years old, I still can run a 5 minute mile.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Kids can't do that.
right? Most, yeah, you know what I mean. Like most athletes, most fighters get, but I could do that 5 minute mile 3 times in a round.
Yeah.
So I'll do that around. So that's what my resting heart rate. It's like 38, 39,
Yeah.
and that's out
So
of
you
shape,
have, yeah.
right? So
It is.
there's a lot of like physical activity. I don't know if you see my story, all the stuff I could do. I'm holding my
Of course I
body.
do.
Right? Oh, thank you. So there's a lot of stuff I can still do. I'm so active that I'm definitely not done. And I can't wait to show the world and everything. If everything falls in place, I swear to God that when I become that face of when I can bring my platform and bring more awareness and help kids to be through the struggles be great. I'm gonna do that. I'm definitely doing it. I really feel that's my responsibility. And to the rest of the sisters, my brothers, if you help me and watch me, I'm give that support. I'm gonna show y'all and prove to y'all that listen, because what you have is just a little hump you gotta get over. Not necessarily
Yeah.
a little hump. It's a hump you gotta get over. But once you go over it, the limitations are limitless.
It's true. And you know what? When people tell you can't do it something, it's their limits, not yours.
Yeah.
So that's why when people tell, I've had people tell me you can't do that. It's never gonna happen. You're too old for that. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you are. I'm not. Let's
Right.
go with that. I'm not. You are. But it's true. And I mean, we're doing a meeting. Oh, I think Thursday night for a players brawl too. And we did it last time for Lost Garden Foundation and for Crohn's and colitis. And I want to do it for I'm going to bring up for autism and for breast cancer because there's so many people that are affected by both that it would
Yeah.
be kind of foolish not to change it up, do something different, and that way we can give so many more causes every year, change it up, and have somebody like we had Mike DeMarco come and speak. Maybe you could come and speak on behalf of the autism community.
I will. Definitely hit me up. Definitely with that the autism and breast cancer. I would like to do it because my grandmother passed away from breast cancer, so I'll definitely be all about that. But yes, I would definitely love to speak to the kids and all that, and to have that speech and have a speech in front of them and listen. I'm autistic, and look what I'm doing. A lot of
We
people think,
should we should set something up. I'm close with a lot of education departments in like the Cradle of Aviation, which is right by the Nassau Coliseum. I think it's like right around the corner from there. They have a
"Yep,
huge education department. I've done um sorry, I just got a phone call. I've done speeches there and talks there for just motivational talks. It was supposed to be geared towards women, but the whole crowd was mixed, and everybody seemed to really, really love it. And they told me anytime you want to come back and do something, let us know. So we should do something about that.
I would love to do that, especially with the education system, because it's the education system, those classes. The reason why I am high function as the way I am is that it was my education on the Boston Public Schools that they put me in special like classes because they didn't confirm it. They didn't know what it was. And when I was growing up, autism was still kind of new. It was still
Yeah.
like a so they didn't know, so they thought there was something up. He's not off. But there's something off. There's something not quite right,
Yep.
but through that education system, learning how to speak better, speech therapy, reading therapy, all kind of different stuff. Now when I went to high school, I was getting honor rolls left and right. I
Mm-hmm.
still had my special classes, but I had 3 regular classes because of my special education. I got honor roll in math. I got honor roll in reading and regular reading, which was crazy, especially in high school because that was so difficult for me.
Yeah.
Right, and I was in culinary arts, and I got honor roll. I got all A's and B's in culinary arts because I was in a trade school.
That's
So
great.
like a lot of stuff that like the education system. I like to talk to the kids. Like, listen, I know it seems hard. I know that it seems like it's not working, but it works.
Yeah.
I'm really behind that because it's because of them and because of their patience and them being nice to me that I'm able to be where I am today.
It's true, and they need to tailor more education towards kids, not just even with speech, just kids in general. Nobody's standardized. Nobody
Yep.
learns the same. Nobody. And it's true because I'm assuming we're probably in the same age range. When I was growing up, they didn't have diagnoses for
Yep.
autism. It wasn't as prevalent. It wasn't. You were either one degree or the other, and there was really no in between, no gray
Yep.
area. Now there is with the spectrum. Bipolar, there was no diagnosis that I know of, so I didn't get diagnosed till I was in my late 20s. where it was not too late because look, I have a great life now, but had it gotten sooner, things could have been different. But you know what? That's why again we can take our platform and educate people and school systems and teachers and whatnot so that it can change.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
and I'm all for that. Trust me, I'm for that, and believe me, I honestly think after being around autistic kids and working with them, they're some of the smartest people on this
Mm-hmm.
planet.
Yeah.
Right? People take them for granted. I don't know why you taking these kids for granted. Like these kids are unbelievably smart. They're
Geniuses.
like they're
Geniuses.
yeah, genius, next level, like
Yeah.
next level. I'm like, what? Like I'm not no nummy, but some of these I'm not as smart as them because it's amazing, And Albert Einstein, people forget he was autism.
He couldn't tie his shoes.
Yeah, but he was one of the smartest men ever to
Yeah.
live. But look at that, and when people forget that, when people like really, I'm like, yeah, look it up.
Yeah, and look at if people don't watch Big Bang Theory, Sheldon Cooper,
Yep,
they've never come out and said it, and but they don't have to that he has Asperger's. His
yep,
character, they don't have to come out and say it, but his character has Asperger's.
Asperger's. Yep,
Big time. And it's funny because you know what? You look at a lot of people. I have a lot of sensory issues, and growing up, they would have never been diagnosed. I've never been fully diagnosed with them, but I know it and I see it and I recognize it. Like when I'm at fights,
yep,
certain I don't know if it's the venue or if it's the fight organization, but sometimes you'll see me in the press box like this because the lights,
yeah,
when they flash really bright, it just tears my brain apart. And it just is what it is. And I've learned to like, okay, I gotta look down, I gotta do this, I gotta do but and then again you get the superpower side of it where, I can literally look at 10 different shades of red and tell you exactly where they change and why. Where somebody else looked at it and be like, yo, that's the same freaking color. I'm like, no, you have red, red, orange, blue, red.
yep,
You should, and all different shades of it to where the degree of purple to orange change from cool to, and I could change a color because I'm a makeup artist. That if I see an orangey red that doesn't look good on me, I throw a little bit of blue in there and perfect color.
Let me
Most
tell
people
you a
can't
story.
see that.
That's so funny. There was a puzzle a long time ago. I had in my therapy, my side therapy, I had to do. It was all different color reds. They all look the same. We put it together. I was the only kid to put it together, and that's funny you say that because you're right. That's one thing I noticed. The slight details we pick up on is it's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy, and I'm glad you said it because it's like yeah, because you're right. You look at it, you put it together, you're like, no, that's a little bit off and all that. We recognize it right away. When most people are like, no, that's the same color. I'm like,
Oh
no,
yeah.
it's not.
There's tests you can take them there. Literally, they get harder and harder with each shade of each variation of color to the point
Yep,
where the last one is three different shades of white, and you have to pick or the three different two different something like that, but you have to pick the one that's off. And they said little to no people. I was immediate. Oh, that's the one. I could just my eye goes right to the one that's not right. And it's
yep,
funny because when you see the things where they jumble the letters or they backwards and all that stuff, they say you can't. Most people can't read. I could see it immediately. Like,
yep,
oh, this. It's a pattern puzzle solving thing.
yeah, exactly. I have the exact same shit. I have the exact same thing.
See, it's superpowers, and it's funny because mental health very much mimics spectrum stuff.
Yeah,
Very much so. Things that make you tick, things that there's so many little things that people don't realize that they'll therapists will call it a trigger, and then you would call it stimming for a spectrum thing. So it's really wild that they're so similar.
yeah, it's mad wild, right? And honestly, I think like as this keeps developing, as it comes out, I think um I think this might be a benefit to mankind because a lot of stuff that I see autistic focus on, I see the negativity, but the positive and the greatness I can see the stuff is it's incredible. These 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 kids are putting stuff together. Computers can't put together. It seems
Oh
like.
yeah,
Oh my goodness! It's
big
like
time.
every time I watch them, I watch them work. I'm like, honestly, they can say what they want. This is evolution.
I was just gonna say that. I was just
Evolution.
gonna say, is this autism or is it evolution?
It's
Because if
evolution.
you look at where we've come from, you look at where we've come from as a whole, and I mean, go back to biblical times, even go back as far as you can in history, and we've
Yep.
evolved so much, not just as a society,
Yep.
people, as humans, as a race, and then you get, I mean, just everything else that evolves. I look at it is that the future. Is the future that we're all a little different and this is where we're evolving to? Is it not a problem like people are so scared of? And is it actually a good thing? Because I look at it the same way you do. You
Yeah,
know, this is a superpower. You see a kid that can say whatever they want and not go, wait, what if? No, I'm going to say this because this is how I feel, and it doesn't
yeah,
really matter. I'm gonna, maybe after I'll empathize with the fact that I might have hurt your feelings a little bit, but it's to be able to do that and just go, nope, this is it. That's incredible. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
That is, and I agree. I've been saying for years. I'm like, I don't know. Like they're writing this off like this is a problem. Like I think Einstein was on something. Einstein was the peak of the revolution, and he knew it. That's why he kept educating us. That's why he kept living subliminal messages. But now that it's now years later, that now more spectrums are coming out. It's like some X-Men mutant shit.
Yes.
That
I
is what
talk
I think
about it
is.
all the time. I'm like, I'm telling you, I said, you're going to start to see real live superheroes, people
Yeah,
that just have in like heightened senses of like my gift and a curse is sometimes I know things before it's going to happen. I don't want to too. Cause I'm like, fuck, I didn't want to know that was going to happen. We're like, man, I don't want to be right. And,
right.
it's weird little things that people are like, oh, you're crazy. I'm like, no, you can call it crazy, but I call it that I'm on just maybe a different level of consciousness. Maybe my
Yep.
awareness isn't where yours is at. Maybe I use different parts of my brain than you do.
And that's the way I was thinking. I think the exact same thing, and it makes sense. And then to find out that most humans don't use all their brains, and we're taught that we're not using all our brains yet. My thing is like, well, how about in evolution? We're starting to discover how to use different type of our brains, and it explains a lot of this other stuff that's happening with these kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have the science or everything, but it's just a hypothesis. But like I said, I don't see my autism as a weakness. I literally see it as a superpower. Because if I didn't have autism, I don't know if I've been fighting. I don't know if I would sit there for hours and hours and train. I don't know if I could sit there and run for, do a 5 minute mile just because I don't see the try. I don't know the stuff that I would have did and the discipline it takes. I could have done it if had I been an average person. Because the average person, hate to say it, is not disciplined,
No.
right? The average athlete is not disciplined. That's why they got
Nope.
coaches, right? I'm the one guy. The reason I have three coaches in my life right now, and the reason why I have them because for the most part they don't need to tell me to train.
Yeah.
They literally what they do is they give me instructions, do this, do that, do this, and usually what they do is walk away, and I'll go through my head 100 times, train, and usually they'll watch me train, then come back, okay, that's enough for today. Come back tomorrow, we do it again. Give your brain a break.
Yeah.
So that like I said, that's the way I say it. I agree with you, man. I definitely agree with you. It'd be funny. I give it about 10 to 20 years, some shit's gonna come out. How great this is, and how autism probably saved humanity.
I was just gonna say, see, and I think more people are on that path. And I think it's the more awareness that we have and the more people that like, I try as hard as I can not to share negative stuff. I mean, sometimes mean spirited because it's funny and people laugh at it, but like, I try to, if I'm going to put up something controversial, is to teach people, and it's just to impart a little bit of wisdom, in the Facebook world or whatever it is. And, more people need to do that and not
Yeah,
be afraid. I mean, look, you know what? I might lose a follower that might not be comfortable with what I'm talking about, but they saw it, they looked at it, and they might learn something from it.
exactly.
You
And
know?
that's the way it is. They take it, and that's why like from when I was spending with PFO dumping me and everything.
That
That's why I
they
kind of shrugged
are.
my shoulder. It's such a compliment, right? Because
It is.
I gotta laugh, right? I kind of gotta laugh. It's a compliment to me and my sisters and brothers. Like, listen, that the
We're a threat.
autistic kid, okay, who knocked out the world champion and getting re-signed. We don't know why, but if we speculate right, that looks interesting because you would think that's the one guy you probably want to bring back or
Absolutely.
not bring back because he hurt your champion. But it's just like rumors and stuff like that can be started. So I don't want to really go out there like that, but it's just a compliment.
It
It's
is.
nothing but a pure compliment. Everybody like, cause the stuff I hear, the bad female, the people talking about you're autistic, you're a dummy, you're a retard. I mean,
Fuck
I
them.
go through it, but
Pardon
I
my
laugh at
language,
it
but
because I'm like,
fuck
okay,
them.
right, exactly. Like fuck them because if I'm all that, right? I'm knocking out world champions,
And
and
they're
I'm all
looking and they're
this.
messaging you for a reason, and that's because they're watching.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you're reaching them, and I always say your haters are your biggest fans. They're always watching. They're always
Always.
watching because they want to see you. You know, they want people. People are so funny like that. They want to see you mess up. They want to see. Um, People would rather look to see if you're going to do something that's like, oh, is it like a headline worthy? You know, did they screw up today? It's just people are funny like that. But you know, they did you. They really did. They did you a huge favor because now you could take and you could either wait and see what happens with that. You could go to another organization, and I'm sure, like I said, I know you have. I actually already. I think I know what one or two things that are going to happen. I already am foreseeing what's going to happen with you. One of two, and I can't wait to find out which one it is.
What is it? You want to say it? I obviously I can't confirm nothing, but I could just
Okay,
hear
well,
it.
you heard it here, folks. Either PFL something's going to happen, someone's going to pop dirty, or Bellator is going to be calling John Howard.
Mm.
And you are going to be, we're probably going to be seeing you make that walk. I feel like I am seeing the latter, you know, but that's not closing the door to PFL too, because I know that they've been like Chris Cyborg and Kayla Harrison go back and forth. So you never know. It could be a cross promotion super fight.
Never know. Like I
You're
said,
hearing
and
it first. I think you're
I
going to
ever so
Bellator.
I gotta say to reconfirm it. I don't know if these speculations. I don't know, but I will say this. Hey, I'm a free agent. I'm exercising my free agency.
Yes.
And anybody who could come with a great deal offer, hit up Kelly. All right, Carrie. Sorry.
All right.
You could you don't mind. I'm just going on the riff. Hit her up, or you could DM me on any type of social media, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. But yeah, I'm gonna exercise my free agency. I'm gonna exercise to the full finest. And right now, I'm gonna say is my goal is I think I prove how good I am. I'm just being selfish, and what was best for me, that's what I'm gonna take.
You know what? That's not being selfish. It's being smart. You have to do what's best for you because nobody else is going to do that for you. And
Yep.
in life, you just sometimes have to be a little selfish. And it just is what it is. And I am so excited. I'm so thankful to have this conversation. And when you get that fight news, please let me know. I want to do an interview and do a little drop it
Oh,
at.
I
Yeah.
guarantee when I
You can drop it like it's
confirm
hot.
when stuff comes through and they confirm some stuff or when anybody confirms something big, you're the first interview. I won't interview nobody else. You're the first one.
Oh, you're the best, John. I'm so excited. Again, thank you so much. Give anybody you want a shout out, your gym, your coaches, your family. The floor is yours.
Oh, thank you so much. I want to get a shout out to Sean Graham, Jake Pilla, uh, John Snyder. I actually want to get a shout out to PFL. They might did me the biggest favor ever. Nothing, no lost love. I have no hard feelings. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, David Ginsburg. Carrie, thank you again for putting me on that pool table and this relationship here. Thank you. And catch me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and on Twitter, John Dooley Howard, all the same thing. And I'm there. And thank y'all so much. And just to let you know, I ain't done yet. This is just the beginning, literally.
And guys, while you're looking out for John Doomsday Howard and our next interview, which I am so excited when that's going to happen, you can find everything, all your MMA news here on Facebook at MMA UK News, on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at We Are MMA UK, and on the web at MMAUK.net. My name is Carrie Seller. I'm here with John Howard. Thank you so much, John. And I
Thank
look so
you.
much forward to speaking with you in the future and our next pool tournament.
Thank you.
You're welcome, John. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.